A few years ago, some aliens attacked the Earth. Then, the people living on the ground started fighting so that they could save themselves, and thus the war between aliens and humans began. Then we see a child, Spenser, who was very fond of making rockets. He wanted to go to space, the sky, and space. But when Spenser's dad went to the sky and fought the aliens, Spenser's dad died in that fight, because of which he forgot his mission forever and ended his dream. When Spenser grew up, he became a weapon designer and he married the girl he liked. They both lived their lives happily. Then Spenser hears on TV that there was a lot of damage due to the attack of the aliens. He also hears about the fire in the jungle on TV, but no one knows how the fire was. Spenser took his wife to the jungle. He goes there and notices that today there is more security than before, after which Spenser's wife goes to work, who is a doctor by profession. Because of the war between humans and aliens, there was always a rush of injured patients. That's why the chancellor has a meeting with the government scientists. Spenser also comes to his work. He also talks to his friend about the chancellor's meeting. His friend tells him that you are very lucky. When you came back from your trip, there was a fire in the jungle. Anyway, he goes to the weapon with his friend on which he was working, which looked like a very big building. Then a man comes there, whose name is Hathaway. When he shakes hands with Spenser, he suddenly injects Spenser with something he had hidden in his clothes. Spenser's condition worsens, and he was about to faint. His friend also tries to help him, but he is also caught by the guards. Spenser is taken to the room, lying on the stretcher. When he comes to his senses, he sees that some people are standing across the mirror and looking at him. Now Hathaway comes in front of him. He shows some pictures and tells him that a few days ago, we found out about a report that aliens are sending their cyborgs. This means that, for the person who dies, they make him a duplicate person and put all the memories of the dead person in it, so that they also do not know whether he is a real person or a robot. And the report we got has your name in it, which means that the one sitting in front of him is not the real Spenser. Hathaway shows him a recording and tells him that a few days ago we caught a cyborg who kept saying that I was the real person. When we scanned him, there was a bomb in his heart which exploded at that time. When a lot of people were present at the same place, we took out his heart through the machine and also the bomb. You will also do the same now. You were going to go to the chancellor's meeting and do all this. But Spenser was scared to hear all this and was screaming and saying that I am the real Spenser. Hathaway was standing quietly when Spenser was taken for the test. Then Spenser picked up a pointed weapon from the tray and attacked the guard. Then he also took his gun. Hathaway does not think about anyone. He just had to complete his mission and catch Spenser. That's why he shoots the guard. But still, Spenser ran away through a tunnel and went and waited for a lift to open. When the guards come out, Spenser kills them to save himself. Those guards also had Spenser's friend, who makes him very sad. At that time, Hathaway was also bringing guards from behind, but Spenser leaves through a tunnel. He stops at one place and calls his wife and tells her everything. He also says that I will come to the hospital and get myself scanned so that I can make everyone believe that I am the real person. Hathaway does not have an alien robot, but his wife tells him not to come to the hospital, because if he does, it will be dangerous for other people. Spenser now runs away from here. He was feeling very strange because all the memories of his life were in front of him. He came out of that underground facility, where he now reaches a place that was destroyed by the war. Then he sees that some flying force is coming behind him. Spenser runs as fast as he can. On the other hand, Hathaway also gets to hear a lot because the chancellor was going to have a meeting, and he had not caught Spenser yet. Hathaway tells his government that I can't shoot Spenser because he has a bomb in his chest. If he gets shot, the bomb will explode, and the people around him will die. On the other hand, Spenser ran to the place where there were people who were homeless because of the war. When Spenser goes to a building there, he meets a girl who says that you should not have come here, but Spenser does not listen to him and goes ahead. He had reached a room, which is why Hathaway had sent the guards. This was because a device was put inside every person, and he was given a code. With this device, a person knew where he was. When this happens, Spenser is also secretly watching the guards because Hathaway has come here in search of him. That's when Hathaway takes out a device here that he has found out about Spenser. All the guards were now running towards that building. Before the guards could catch Spenser, a group of people came there, took Spenser with them, and tied him up in an unknown place. Now everyone thinks that they have caught Spenser, but Spenser has been caught. Here, they can be in danger. That's why the leader of this group takes Spenser away from here. That's when Spenser gives the head of the group, whose name is Cale, greed for money and tells him to leave, because if he leaves him, he will give him a lot of money in return. Cale listens to this and puts a gun on Spenser's head. Then Spenser gives him greed for medicines because he knew that Cale wanted to help his people. But he does not have medicines. He also tells him the code of his wife's hospital, with which he could go there. Cale listens to all this and says yes to Spenser. He had agreed to all of Spenser's words. It is shown that Hathaway interrogates Spenser's wife. He says that I never felt that Spenser was not real, nor did he ever tell me anything. Here, Cale takes Spenser to his small hospital, from where Hathaway could catch him. Spenser sees how much Cale cares about his people. That's why they both started going to the hospital. That's when some people passed by and stared at Spenser. On this, Cale puts a gun on Spenser and says, "Tell me the truth. Who are you? Where did you come from?" That's when the people who were staring at Spenser came back. He was very good at fighting. He killed everyone one by one. Now Spenser tells him his truth. He says that the people of the government are after me. They think I am a cyborg robot, and I have a bomb inside me. I've been sent by aliens. Cale starts laughing at this. He thought it was all a joke. After which they both reach the hospital. Cale runs away from the hospital so that no one can recognize him, but still, he feels like everyone is after him. That's why he started running away from there. And while running, he fainted. When he regains consciousness, he is with Cale in the deserted street. Anyway, they go back to the hospital. Now they see Hathaway going. Spenser passes by him and puts his tracking device in his pocket. Hathaway was looking for Spenser like crazy, but he didn't know that the tracking device he was looking for was in his pocket. And this is how Spenser and Cale get a chance to go to the hospital. They both go there and steal some of the patient's stuff. Spenser came to the hospital as a patient and Cale as a doctor. Spenser also sees his wife, but he doesn't say anything. Outside, Hathaway's guards were looking for Spenser like crazy. When Spenser puts his hand on his pocket, he finds out that the device was in his pocket. That's why Hathaway quickly tells his guards to go inside the hospital. Spenser and Cale had reached the part of the medicine. Cale takes all the medicines that could be in his bag. He had also given his gun to Spenser. Spenser goes to his wife's room from there and starts searching. A recording was played from there, in which it was shown that Spenser was talking exactly like Hathaway. As soon as someone reports it, a friend of his wife comes there who was the doctor there. Spenser took him to the scanning room to test him and see where he wanted to go and get his test done, whether he was a real person or not. He went to that room and broke all the alarms so that no one could know that he was here. Cale also had a secret alarm from his wife's friend, which she had told the guards. That's when a nurse comes there, who is told by the doctor to go out quietly and send the guards. The nurse goes out and tells this to Cale first. Because he was wearing a doctor's coat, he thinks he is the doctor, which also made Cale know that Spenser's life was in danger. When he comes to the room where Spenser's test is being done, the nurse stops before going to the place where Spenser's test is being done. Cale tells Spenser to get up and leave. Your life is in danger. The guards will be here soon. These people are cheating you. That's when the guards come there and attack Cale. A guard stabbed Cale. Spenser helps him. He hits something on the guard's head and makes him unconscious, after which he also killed the other guard. Cale tells Spenser to go and help his people with these medicines. He says this and leaves the other way. He also reaches the headway, which comes and sees half of Spenser's test. Spenser runs through a secret path from there and reaches the second floor, where he hears the news that the Chancellor's meeting has been cancelled and the fire in the jungle has also been put out. That's when Spenser remembers that his friend told him, "You are lucky. Thank God you came back from the jungle, and after you came, there was a fire." He now decides to go to that place so that he can find out about his truth, and also calls his wife. But she was with some people in the government, so she did not answer any of his questions. Then Spenser tells his wife to come to the place where he met for the first time, that is, in the same jungle. After a while, his wife also reached the jungle, which looked quite barren after the fire was put out. Spenser tells his wife that the alien spaceship had landed at this place, because of which there was a fire in this jungle. If we get the spaceship from those aliens, then I can prove to myself that I am the real Spenser. His wife hears all this and says that I already knew him, and that you are the real Spenser. That's why his surrounding lights are on. This means that the guards of the headway had reached here looking for him. They both ran here and there in the jungle away from him. When Spenser finds the spaceship, the headway also comes in front of him, who says, "Look, do not open the door of the ship. Anything can happen. I have known that you are the real Spenser." But Spenser does not listen to him. He opens the door, and he does not believe his eyes. In front of him was the corpse of his wife, which means that the cyborg report was his wife. That's when Spenser's wife starts running, but the headway had killed him. The headway pulls the corpse out of the spaceship, and she cries a lot that I could never recognize you, that she has changed. Seeing this, some guards remove Spenser from his wife's corpse, but he was removing him from anger. When the guards see the spaceship, there is another corpse in it, which is Spenser's. The headway is surprised to see this, which means that the real Spenser died long ago. When Spenser gets angry, his eyes turn black. That's why there is a big explosion in the jungle. This explosion was caused by the bomb inside him, which destroyed everything there. Everything was burned to ashes. With this, the story of the movie also ends here. Thank you.